The good news is the big illegal immigrant caravan has grown now to over 7,000 people. So
yes,
we got 7,000 good, decent, hardworking, non-documented citizens on the way to our border, which is great.
The more the merrier.
It's great. President Trump has threatened to send the military to stop them. Of course, the Democrats make that out to be hateful and racist. He talks about the bad people mixed in there, from the Middle East and criminals. And everybody acts as if that's outrageous to say. Are you telling me that out of 7,200 people, none of them are from the Middle East? None of them are criminals? Come on now. It's ludicrous to assume that every single one of these people are wonderful people. Most of them, the vast majority of them, I'm sure are. But they're all headed here to do something illegal. And by the way, has anybody heard a single solution to this situation from a Democrat? That solution just seems to be to them, just let them all in. All 7 or 10 or 20,000 of them by the time they reach our border, just let them come on in. It's amazing because the radical and ridiculous flip-flop on the issue of illegal immigration from these hypocrites in the Democrat Party, really bizarre. They weren't always about open borders. Not even close. Listen to what some of these Democrat opportunists, from Chucky Schumer to Harry Reid, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Dianne Feinstein to Barack Obama. Listen to what they used to say about illegal immigration in the past, and sometimes the fairly recent past.
Legal immigration is wrong.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country.
What we need to do simultaneously, secure our borders with technology, personnel, physical barriers if necessary in some places.
If making it easy to be an illegal alien isn't enough, how about offering a reward for being an illegal immigrant?
Yeah, how about that?
No sane country would do that.
I think we should enforce our borders. To have a situation where 40% of the babies born on Medicaid in California today are born of illegal immigrants creates a very real problem for the state. I think
Here's what I'll do. Number one, the borders are more leaking today than they were before 9/11. The fact is we haven't done what we need to do to toughen up our borders, and I will.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked,
why not?
And circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
That's fascinating.
Border control is a federal responsibility. We simply don't enforce our borders adequately. In my state, you have about 2,000 people a day illegally who cross the border. Now, this adds up to about 2 million people who compete for housing, who compete for classroom space. We've had a Medicaid situation where in 1988 there were about 3,000 people on Medicaid. There are well over 300,000 today who are illegal aliens. That presents obvious problem.
So what happened? What happened to these people who don't complain about any of that? They don't care about any of that anymore. Well, I'll tell you what happened. They took a look at the demographics and the likely voting tendencies of these illegal aliens, and they said to themselves, hey, wait a minute. If we just let them all pour into the United States, maybe they'll all vote for us, especially after we pervert the election process. You know what? We'll get them voting for us even before they're legalized by demanding that it's racist to make somebody bring their ID to the polling place. We'll stay in power forever. Self-serving, power-hungry hypocrites. They couldn't care less about these people. If they did, they'd be pressuring the countries of origin to get their crap together and take care of their citizens. They'd put a stop to the hiring practices of certain businesses to take advantage of these people, because they are taken advantage of every day. They'd try to make sure that those who stay here have the best possible chance to succeed here by insisting that they learn English, knowing beyond any doubt that as long as they don't know any English, they'll be consigned to the lowest rung of our society. They'll never get ahead. Democrats know that. They don't care. Meanwhile, as far as this caravan of humanity headed here right now, if all of these people are, in fact, fleeing powerful, violent gangs in Honduras, again, we need to demand that their governments do something about the violence. It's up to their government. It's up to their people to get a grip on their situation and make their country livable for the population. That is not our responsibility. What is the responsibility of this government is to put pressure on them. Fix your situation, because we can't take everybody coming here. We can't take 7,000 at a time. I mean, I'm trying hard to understand as the march north toward our border, demanding that we let them in. I'm trying to understand just how waving Honduran flags at our faces helps their cause. I don't really get that. And I'm really confused about back in Honduras, in their downtown capital city, they're painting swastikas on the American flag and setting them on fire. How is that going to ingratiate the caravan of people, these Hondurans, to us? How does that make us feel better about them?
So they think they're marching to Nazi Germany effectively?
I don't know.
I do not understand this.
And the bad-mouthing of Trump is fascinating, too. CNN was interviewing some of them along the way. One identified man told the CNN reporter in Spanish that Donald Trump is the Antichrist. If he doesn't repent, he's going to hell. So you're so bad off that you're walking 2,600 miles to someone else's country, where you're going to be entering their country illegally and demanding that you be allowed to stay and get a job and send money back to your family in Honduras. And along the way, you call the leader of that country the Antichrist. I don't know. Something's wrong with that picture.